Okay, this is a new video. Okay. Hey, how's it going? Welcome back to the channel. This is Snyder, and yeah, I've got a new setting behind me. This is really the first indoor video I've been able to shoot in a long time. I moved maybe 6 months ago or so, and now I finally have kind of a place set up where I can wrap my head around recording some videos, which would be more like product reviews coming soon, and this is all going to change by hopefully the next video. This will all look different. This is just kind of temporary because hey guys, this video is not sponsored. I just like to buy stuff from Arbsession. I like to talk about Arbsession. I pay the same price everybody else does for these items. I just like to talk about it. So yeah, it's not sponsored. Enjoy. Okay, so I think the first thing I'm going to talk about is the thing I'm probably most excited about, which would be the Arbsession CaraLINK Tether. I'm obsessed with it. I know other people that love it and some people that are, you know, so-so about it. So I just kind of wanted to give my opinion and basically just talk over what I like, what I don't like, what I think they've improved on. My original tether was a, I think, red tether, and I ended up giving that away to a friend of mine, and in favor because I really liked this blue and yellow color. And I use this the most. I haven't climbed much on the black one. This is the Stealth CaraLINK tether. The blue one, my original one, you can see is a little frayed. And basically that fraying started fairly recently after I got it, probably within the first couple months. It really didn't bother me. I was just going to tolerate it, but then they came out with the Stealth one and I really liked that a lot. And so yeah, I just had to get that. You can see the construction. It's basically two legs of this Edelrid. It's like 6mm, more like an accessory cord, but basically it's stitched together very tightly here, and then two lengths of it here, and then shrink wrapped, of course, with the Arbsession logo. And then just a little rubber grommet here to help with the control of the rope wrench. Kind of keep that oriented a little more upright. So you can see, same exact tether, but they've apparently improved the stitching on this so that it should not fray like the old ones used to. And they've changed that, I believe, for all the other colors as well. So if you're thinking about buying the blue one or there's a yellow one, whatever, you should be fine. What's really unique about this compared to other tethers is that it has the ability to add a perfect O, or I believe you can even add an ultra O carabiner to this. But the perfect O, I think, is perfect for the length. And it's just enough room to open up that carabiner and then clip that onto your climbing setup. I do think that you could technically put the non-locking Perfecto carabiner on here, because technically this is not considered life support, the rope wrench or the tether. Just for the security of keeping it and making sure it doesn't pop open, I'd say you want to use the auto locking. That would just be my opinion, but certainly you could try it without the locking, but I don't think I would. I think I'm going to end up throwing on the notch flow rope wrench to this as well, and just see how I like running that, which I haven't done a review on, so look out for one later. One of the main things that I really like about having the carabiner, of course, is like a little bit of stiffness, keeps things oriented nice. It's not going to be fully stiff or upright at all moments. It basically just clips on, and obviously there's a little more tension when the rope's tied and things are moving. It doesn't move around too bad on you, in my opinion, and especially when you're descending, it just glides. It's smooth. One of the biggest concerns I've seen is like it's short, right? Like compare that to an at-height tether. You know, this is the tether I used to use, and of course the at-height tether should be down a little bit lower from where you connect it, but like, yeah, it is quite a bit shorter. Now, you could fit this on a zigzag. I would not recommend it. It's not, you know, manufacturer, you know, recommended or approved. It's at your discretion. You're the climber. I'm not in control of you, but I would just say use the chicane on a zigzag. That's what it's built for. But it's almost a similar idea. And so I really love this. If there was any improvement made on this, because it is very short, I think I'd like to see one that's maybe an inch or two longer, because I think you could have a little more flexibility with the hitches that you tie, as well as the length of the hitch cord that you use. You guys at Arbsession, if you're watching, you know I had to do this. I had to order a bunch of different lengths of this ocean polyester, and usually I get spliced hitch cords, but because I had to buy like 4 of these, I went cheaper and bought the stitched ones. I ended up settling on tying the Arbsession hitch. I typically climb on like an 11/7 rope, and so it's a 26-inch hitch cord, and I tie the Arbsession hitch. That's pretty much it. I mean, I have tons of pictures of me climbing with this thing. I've done some videos talking about the Arbsession hitch. If you already have the rope wrench and a Perfecto, it's only like 40 bucks to buy the tether itself, and then you can put that together yourself. If you do want to get a Perfecto with the tether, that's an option as well. That's about $65. And then for like 180 bucks, you can buy like the rope wrench, the tether, and the Perfecto. So it's got some options on the website, especially also with the colors. It's a really beautiful piece of kit, and I'm really proud of Casey Sellner. I think he did a really cool job with this, or anyone else who was involved with making this. It's fun to see something unique come out like this that's very practical, and it came from Wisconsin, so you gotta be happy about that. All right, let's move this stuff out of the way. And also let's drink cold press. Oh, yeah. So the next thing I want to talk about is these Arbsession rope bags. On first sight of them, I love them because I like this color. It's a very visible color. Has the big Arbsession logo on it. These are made, I believe, by ABL, Atlantic Braids. They're super nice quality, especially for the price that you pay. I do have some cons with these, but overall for the pros, I say they highly outweigh that. This bag is $24. It's 16 inches tall, 12 inches wide, can hold 200 feet of 1/2-inch rope. And there's plenty of room. Like right now in there, I have a 180-foot rope, and I still have like almost 4 inches. Plus we all know like you've got this extra space here. You can fit a big ass rope in here. That's so cool. And I like that it is designated, okay, this is a climbing rope, easy. You can say, hey, can you go grab my climbing rope? They know what you're talking about. It's pretty simple. You can write your name on it too. It's pretty easy to read against the yellow if you just have a black Sharpie. For me, I use a New Tribe bag typically. And so here's the New Tribe bag, and they're quite a bit more expensive. Now I will say that the construction on these is really nice as well, so I'm not going to degrade that. And I do think it's slightly nicer materials and colors. It's smaller, and this too over time will not stand up. So like some of the negatives I do have, or cons I do have with this bag, is that it's more pliable. It's not a super rigid bag, especially when you're thinking for like a rigging bag. They don't stand up perfectly. I mean, I haven't had problems with these, but they are new, so maybe over time that'll wear a little bit. For me, the pliability doesn't bother me that much. I'm used to kind of opening up this New Tribe bag and making sure it kind of stands, like maybe putting it in between my legs. And then once you feed enough rope in there, it's fine. So that's really all you'd ever have to worry about, is just it's not going to stand up perfectly as rigid. Like even some of the notch bags, the cheaper ones, stand up pretty good, but those do feel like they have cheaper materials. I just think the look of these is worth the price, and a little bit of negative as far as like the rigidity of the product. Oh, and last thing to compare the construction, the New Tribe bags do not have this cross of the webbing underneath. So with that built underneath, I think they're even more of a durable bottom than the New Tribe bags. So you might even be getting a better durability value on these bags than the more expensive New Tribe bags. They also have a rigging version, and it's not really any different construction. It's just bigger. So it's an extra inch taller and wider than the climb bag, and it's it's $10 more. So it's a really nice rigging bag. I think, again, for the price, it's just insane. Like you could outfit, say if you've got a crew with like 2 climbers and a ground guy, so if you need like 4 bags, right? 2 climbing bags, maybe 3, and then a couple rigging bags. Like you're basically gonna buy like, let's say you buy 6 of these bags. I mean, you're basically what, $100 plus another 70. You can get 6 bags for your crew for under $200. Like that's really impressive. And I mean, most of those ropes, one rope is going to cost $200. For that benefit of that lower price, these are just, I don't have anything that bad to say about them because the price is so good. Okay, so the next item here is this super cool Arbsession superSMOOTH friction saver. So I kind of bought this on a whim. I don't know why I wanted it. I guess my main justification was for using this with some smaller trees, doing a double rope system, and you know, just doing like structure pruning, or you know, just kind of some, you know, small tree maintenance essentially. And so I just like the idea of just being able to throw this around a branch. A lot of times what I do is I ascend a tree with a canopy anchor, especially those like small to medium trees. And then when I get there, I swap over to a moving rope system to kind of work the tree and come down. Not everybody climbs that way. I don't think there's any point to being all SRS or all moving rope system, but to me, finding a flow and a connection between the two is really valuable. And I picked that up from another climber that I work with, and I just love that blending of basically the best of the both worlds in each climb. The only thing that I would say negative is that it's a little bit smaller than I expected it. So I think if they made like one more size bigger, like maybe a similar size cordage as like some of the Teufler Burger friction savers, I think that would be cool. But honestly, I'm super pumped with this. Like at first I was a little sad because it was like, oh, this is smaller than I wanted. But then I was like, oh no, this is about right on. It's 28 inches long. It's made with a DMM, it's a 40 millimeter ring, and then also an Elevation Canada thimble. It's their smallest thimble. And so that thimble basically acts as like the small ring. What I love best about this is the bend radius that is caused by using the combination of this ring, or excuse me, this thimble and this ring. So going into that thimble and then the ring, when this is over a limb, you can just see a little bit fatter of a bend radius than if it were just two rings. A lot of times just the two rings are going to be a little bit tighter. And when they say it's super smooth, it is. It was really cool. I actually ascended with a moving rope system with this, and it just felt like I was just flowing with it, like just pulling. I mean, it was so easy to pull myself up, I almost forgot to tend my slack. So yeah, very cool. Highly impressed with it. Good quality stitching as always. So if you ever need good rope stitching or splicing, check out Arbsession. Okay, the last little section of this is just going to be basically just like the freebies and one little thing that I bought myself. But I got one of these Arbsession shirts, and it's really nice. It's kind of a cheaper shirt, but it was, I mean, the right price for me. I buy cheaper clothes, or I only buy tree shirts anyway, or get them for free at competitions and events. I really liked their Arbsession shirt. This ended up being a little bit big for me. So if anything, I'd say they run slightly big. I'm one of those weird shaped people that's like, some days I'm a medium, some days I'm a small, and it depends on the brand. So I didn't really know the brand, but I like this shirt a lot. I either will keep it for when I get fatter, or I'll just buy another small and give this away to somebody. I don't even know why I'm talking about it. I just thought it was really cool. I think as someone, like, I've started my own company and I want to do like shirts and branding, I just really respect that they are doing that. I just think it's really neat. They're a cool company. Buy it. Of course, as far as like freebies go, they always have these kind of like odd gloves. I don't really use these for climbing, to be honest. I don't know if anyone else does. Tell me if you like these. Maybe I'll give them a shot. They're fine. They're free. One thing I was super stoked to see is that Arbsession, they have their facts sheet, and on the back of it they did insert here how to tie the Arbsession hitch. So I think that is so cool. Like, you guys did a good job. This is even better. I mocked up one as well, and I think yours is way better, so good on you. And I want more people to know that hitch. I think it's a really good hitch. They've always got stickers and Casey Cylinder's business card. I love that Sonic. That's cool. That's a newer one. Okay, they came out with this buff. I'm not much of a buff guy, but this is like one of my favorite buffs. I usually don't show off the free buffs from orders, but I really love the style of this. Hey, make a shirt. Make a shirt with this, and I'm gonna wear it a lot because I like the good vibes. I like the rainbow pattern. I like it. It's just a retro look that I really adore. So make a shirt with that, please. So yeah, that's just basically like a full-on Arbsession haul. I just wanted to talk to you guys and just get a chance to, like, I don't know, make a video. I think once I build out the space a little bit more, I'm going to be doing like a cedar-backed wall, a couple of little knickknacks and unique things. I even have this little, carabiner that was made for me for my birthday. So yeah, got that in the background. Bonus points in the comments if you know what this flag is. Other than that, I just want you to follow me online. My, Instagram is basically my name. You can check that out. My business I've just started is called Willoak Tree Care. That I'm going to be doing a lot of tree treatments, small tree pruning, and just general consulting. So if you're interested in checking me out there, check me out at willoak.tree at Instagram. And of course, check out Arbsession. They're on Instagram as well. Their website's great. If there's anything else you guys want to see, leave it in the comments. Otherwise, I'll see you on the next one. All right, let's test this out one last time. Just want to make sure everything's working. Hey, this is Casey Snyder. Welcome back to my channel.